Not making that. Getting bodied by this level, to be honest. Gonna need some good luck. I don't know, I'm just like, haven't gotten lucky enough just yet. Like, I have all the parts, just hadn't come together in like one run, I guess. Not there. Yeah, I guess we'll get there. I mean, like, Bunker 117, it's within, you know, most people's grasp, right? I'm just taking a little longer than I would have hoped to get there, but, man, it happens. It does. What are you gonna do about it? As long as that guy didn't just back boost me. Yeah, never mind. He just back boosted me. That is always fun. I'm from Texas. I live in Austin. So, yeah, you probably saw the flag in the back. Is that what you're going for? Yeah. I happened to get that one time. That was from the Cayman Islands. I went there with my family a few years ago, and I'm into flags, so a lot of flag. Why not? It's cool. I have a couple other flags. I have an American one, obviously. I have, let's see, one that I got custom printed with Jigglypuff on it. That's just a meme that I take around to Smash tournaments. But I used to have like a wider collection of flags from places. Oh, I got a Canadian flag as well. That's the other one I have. I couldn't remember what other ones I have. Yeah, that's sort of my new thing. I'm like collecting those from places. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, Texas is a cool place. Like, military stuff, there's a lot going on. Like, I am originally from San Antonio, which is, you know, like, it has multiple different military bases there. It's a huge military city. USAA is based there, you know, the insurance company for all the service members. My dad works there, actually, and that's, like, how I ended up there, basically. I like the city a lot. If you're working with the Air Force, right, then, like, you could probably easily go to, like, Randolph, you know, right down there. It's definitely a cool place, and I like it a lot. So your English working with the U.S. Air Force in Germany, it's pretty nice. Getting all those countries up in there. Yeah. I got stuck. That's nice. When you're just too perfect, take too perfect of a line, you just get stuck on a crate. Not military? Oh, yeah. Okay, well, yeah, I mean, Austin, definitely. I like it a lot. Like, I'm here for university, which is, I guess a lot of people, what they end up doing is they either come here for university and then stay, something like that, or just are tech people and decide to move down here. There's a ton of people from, like, California that end up coming here, and, like, it's actually comparatively, like, a lot more rare to meet someone who's, like, a Austin person anymore, or at least that's what people will tell you. And you know, that's neither here nor there, because you meet a lot of like diverse people just getting on the bus, right? Like, and people are pretty nice, friendly. Like, and when I say that, like, I've just talked to random people on the bus, which I imagine doesn't happen that like in that many places. I hate the feeling when I miss a quick pause on this level. I'm just like, does that mean that I need to restart? Because I know the answer is probably not. You know, you can do it without a quick pause. It's just like, I also feel like such a nerd because I like can't even tell when I have or not sometimes. Yeah, super friendly people. You meet people from all backgrounds and walks of life. Yeah, definitely will say that. Although I don't really hear that as much about, like, I don't know, England for some reason. Whenever I see things about it, like, sometimes I like reading, like, the British problems on Reddit or something, and the impression that I get is that people were a lot more reserved than maybe in the US, but I would not know that I haven't had this experience with that. Oh, I just got boosted. Alright, let's see this. Got the little warp assist, but that's not gonna do it. Yeah. Accidentally silo. Silo's music, so good. Yeah, this can't be it. I have not gotten boosted one time. And stuff, yeah. Okay, it's like a north versus south thing. You know, I can see that, yeah. Like, same thing in America, I guess. Like, you know, if you're walking around the south, you know, you just be like, hey, everyone, you know, and say hi to people on the street, and that's a normal thing, right? But then, you know, up north, I guess people are a little bit more, yeah, just reserved in general. Like, I wouldn't imagine, like, walking the streets of, like, New York City and just saying hi to everyone you pass. Like, that'd be whack. Ooh, this is looking good so far. Let's see if I can take some small way. Okay, that's probably an 18. 19? It seems slower than I thought. That's terrible. Wow, got a full head bob on that one. I just phased through that guy, wow. That's pretty nice. Well, I made it. That was nice. Goodish warp. Alright, let's see. 19. Yeah, I know, just... What are you gonna do about it? Like, this level is just so luck-based that, you know... There's just so many things that have to go right. And for me, what's happened quite sometimes is I've just gotten so close to missing like one thing, right? Like my closest one yet, it was such a beautiful run. Like, and I'm just like, I was so happy with it, except for the fact that I missed a quick pause at the beginning, which basically just killed my chances. Because I had a low 18, and with a quick pause, I made it 17. And other times it's been like the guard stands in my way, or like I just get back boosted in the hallway 2 or 3 times, or something like that, or those black guards just troll me when I'm on like a really good pace. Typical. think this is going to be kind of slow because I grinded on one pole, but we'll see. Oh! Well, that was a nice warp. Yeah, slow. Just rip your time if you ever touch that thing. Oh, this one's looking good. Don't troll me. Oh, no, I got boosted in the corner. I'll still do something. Not with that. That garden hadn't been my way, man. Let's see. I've been playing GoldenEye for about 6 months or so. Yeah. I started at the end of December or around there. I heard about it because Carl got his damn 52, and that, you know, sort of blew up all over the place. And I'm like, okay, this game sounds cool. So I wanted to speedrun something, but I wasn't 100% oh, okay, this run's really good. Alright, let's see. This is probably gonna be an 18. Yep, called it. Alright. Yeah, I was sort of into, like, finding a game to speedrun, but the big turnoff for me is that a lot of the things required you to plunk down, like, a large amount of time at a time. Like, it'd be like a, you know, 1 hour or 2 hour run, and I don't know if I like that much, right? And then also, like, I wanted something where it was, like, you know, there was a community around it as opposed to, like, just me. And then, you know, like, on GoldenEye, it's like these really short speed runs, right? Has a lot of cool history, cool people, you know, within the community around it and whatnot. And yeah, thought it was a good time, so picked it up. Also, just by chance, I happened to have all of the things for it. Just sort of what happened with Smash as well. For me, it's like when I found out about it, it just happened to all be there right at the same time. You know, because I already had a 64, already had GoldenEye, already had a good controller, already had a CRT, right? So I'm just like, I even already had a capture device from Smash because I record all the videos for my local scene. So I had everything to get started. Not gonna make that. Yeah, Carl can be a bit of a character. You know, just sort of, you know, he can be a little just that way sometimes, I guess. You know, he has a bit of an attitude, but, you know, everyone's personality is different, so, you know, whatever. You know, it happens sometimes, I guess. He is really good at the game. And, I don't know, like, I only mentioned his, like, game 52 because that was, like, sort of how I really heard about GoldenEye as a speed game, right? So, you know, that's a big part of my history in this game. And then, whoa, guard opened the door for me. That was pretty nice. Goose's videos definitely are another thing that's like, immediately after I joined the community, I just binge watched all of those, because they're great, right? I like hearing those kind of stories. He definitely has the persona, too, to pull that kind of thing off, you know. Been around in the community since 2005, like, been like a figure in the community for a very long time. Top player, sort of just knows a lot, and like, I guess the sort of persona, like, as well, just like speaking and kind of running his stream. So it's not, you know, it's not uninteresting to watch, which could easily happen if you just have somebody spouting off facts for 2 hours, you know. But he makes it entertaining. That's what I like. Get out of my way, man. Right. Oh well. I'm excited for PD Speedlore tonight. That's gonna be cool. I don't really know much of anything about Perfect Dark, you know, so it's gonna be cool to see some history of that game, like because one of the things I keep hearing people say is that nobody's really playing Perfect Dark as much because, or at least new people aren't picking up Perfect Dark because GoldenEye just sort of pulls them away, right? Like, Goose's videos exist for GoldenEye, but not for Perfect Dark. So people hear about the GoldenEye community and want to play the game versus hearing about the Perfect Dark community and wanting to play the game. Like, it's just much harder to get into. And that's a very fair criticism, or a very fair thing to say, I think. But there's also one other additional barrier is, like, if you don't have a Nintendo 64 already, you know, you have to go get, in addition to, oh, I think I got a, oh wow, I got Mega Boosted. Ah, shoot, that was bad. I missed that warp. I totally whiffed it. Oh, it was a 19 too. That would have been it. Yeah, so if you never really had much for GoldenEye or Perfect Dark, then, you know, I don't know, like, I didn't really have much for GoldenEye or much nostalgia or anything. I didn't play this that much growing up, but, so I was just like, whatever. Then the speedrun thing I actually liked it a lot. And I grew up playing shooters and whatnot, so that wasn't too foreign to me. Like, I played a lot of Halo with my brother. He'd always beat me, and you know, that was one of my better pastimes. I'd always beat him at all the Nintendo games, but he'd continue to beat me at Halo. So then this just sort of, but it's weird, it just sort of GoldenEye seemed like a natural fit in terms of, you know, gameplay and whatnot. But I guess what I was saying about Perfect Dark is like, GoldenEye, you just need to track down a cartridge. Like, if you already have an N64, you were able to play it. But then in Perfect Dark, you also need, like an expansion pack, which not everyone had, right? And unless you just happen to have, like, you know, from your childhood or something, DK64, or you had Perfect Dark, but then you're already set up, right? Or something like that. Like, my N64 did not have one, because I never had one. Plus, just, it's also, I think, less, like, interesting if you're a completely new person. Actually, I don't really know, because GoldenEye has James Bond behind it, right? And that's sort of cool to some people, I'm imagining, but there's less of a connection to Perfect Dark. Even if you never played either game, it's like James Bond as a character. Yeah, that was actually, I think I may have seen, like, the same video, that it's the only reason they ever, like, bundled the expansion pack with DK64 is that it fixed this one, like, memory leak bug they had. And so they're like, alright, well, let's just release this with the game. So if you never had that game, then it's like, why bother, right? Like, I don't think there are that many games that actually required it. And the other thing too, tracking it down now is like, it's $35. Like, that's super lame. I bought my copy of PD for like $12, and that's about how much you pay for GoldenEye as well, and that's fine. But then if you don't have an expansion pack, it's like $30-something. And then also, the other thing I think for newer gamers, if you want to pick up PD, is its frame rate is not very good. This is a criticism of GoldenEye as well, but I think it's more applicable to Perfect Dark, is that the frame rate just is much lower, and for some, if you're used to getting at least 60 on every game, or at least, like, because anymore, every game will do at least 60. Like, constantly will do at least 60. So if you're used to that, it might seem just not very pleasant to play some of these games which have frame rates that drop down to like 10 at some times. It doesn't bother me, like, but I know there are people who would probably be bothered by just the graphics of it. Thinking a bit about like the gameplay versus graphics type of thing. I think graphics are important, but I mean gameplay overall is more important, right? There's one video about about that topic that I really like, and it's Core Gaming's video on it. It's like, do graphics matter in fighting games? It talks a lot about that, but there's some like classic games that I haven't gone back and actually played through because the graphics are not very good. And sometimes it's also the mechanics of the game, but a lot of times it's just the graphics. What's up, Swig? Thanks for stopping in. Did you just see me like streaming on Discord or whatever and you decided to pop in? Well, here, you can watch me get a GoldenEye world record, hopefully. I've already thrown a couple today. Oh, it's quiet. I'm gonna turn it up. Alright, let's see. That's probably better. Oreo told you. Wait, how do you know Oreo? What's he doing? I had no idea that Oreo... Wait, this past year, you were roommates with Oreo? I had no idea. That's actually really hilarious. I had zero clue of that. Puff players. He was loud at night. Oh man, that's funny. Oh, I'm getting on a run here. Oh, you piece of junk, I missed it. Oh, that's so terrible. I just threw that. That was a 19 after like a terrible missed warp. That was definitely a 17. Man, that was terrible. Ugh. All right. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, it's weird. It's weird for me meeting people, and I mean, I like it, where you find out like two people you knew already know each other from some other way. Wait, so were you guys like randomly assigned roommates or what? Oh, you met him at Longhorn Gaming. Okay, yeah, that would also make sense. Puff players gotta stick together, I guess. So does he try and get you to play Melee sometimes? You're just not really into it, or what's the deal? 'Cause I don't know, if I haven't convinced you to play Melee by this point, you know, is it possible? You're trying to convince him to play Smash 4? Okay. Well, I mean, I think he plays Smash 4. I mean, he's in the UT Discord for it, so I don't really know. Then again, I mean, so's Champ. Champ actually did okay though, just picking Bayo. And even though I have fundamentals in that game, I just can't win. Except against Nate and West at the one tournament like last year, I was able to do that. Take that to the bank, honestly. Am I gonna get cornered? No. Actually, I'm gonna get stuck. Ah, well. Oh, because he thought about it? Yeah, well, may as well be good, you know, prep for Ultimate, right? So I bet a lot of people are gonna pick that up when it comes out. I'm gonna pick it up. If Falco's good, I'm gonna super grind. I'm gonna shoot to the top of the Austin PR if Falco is good. If Falco is not good, I'm probably not. I don't know, maybe if they have some character that I actually enjoy playing. It doesn't have to be Falco, but I am 100% checking out Falco immediately. And if Falco is not good, I'm gonna be sad. If he feels at all like Smash 4, I'm just gonna be very sad. You would have got it, but you were too bad. Okay. It's okay, I'm bad at things too. Like GoldenEye. Bad at this game. There was a bit of a time last year that actually like around when I beat Nate and Wes at the one tournament, that I was like taking Smash 4 probably more seriously than I was Melee. But I haven't done that since, and I don't think I will. Even for Ultimate, I don't think I'll take it more seriously than Melee, just because at this point, I'm so much better at Melee, and I'm so involved in the scene. What I would want to do, though, is, and I've thought a lot about this, is try and get some combination Melee and Ultimate tournaments this year when it comes out. And then, you know, people can play both games. Because we had a couple Smash 4 people, like Cube and Drago, enter the Melee tournaments at Play Live when they happened, on Heatwave, right? So, would be cool, probably, if we can keep that going. I hate Play Live, though. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Play Live is like the worst venue. Like, I really don't know why Smash 4 continues to have tournaments there. I mean, maybe just their arrangement with the venue is different, but I am not a fan. Like, the thing that killed it for me was, like, so, we had the Melee tournaments there, right? Even though we're providing literally everything, like, the setups and everything, they still wanted a $3 venue fee. And then if you wanted to enter the Smash 4 tournament, they wanted you to pay another venue fee on top of that. Or at least they did for me, because I had entered Melee, and I'm like, oh, I want to try Smash 4. And it ended up being like $20, right? And then they also wanted my name and phone number. And I'm like, I don't want to give you my name and phone number, right? You know, you're just going to spam me. Like, I don't care, right? And so they said that I couldn't enter the tournament without it. And maybe I would get it if it was like a match caller thing. Like, right? That makes sense. But it wasn't for that. Like, the next week, they sent me a thing about, like, a Rocket League tournament. And I'm like, I don't want to enter a Rocket League tournament. It was dark. It's always, like, really dark. It's kind of cold. And then the music's always blasting. And then the only other people I see in there are, like, kids. Like, I see kids in there for, like, birthday parties. But I don't, or, like, degenerates, for some reason, playing there, like, all day instead of buying their own PS4, whatever, right? I don't get it. I just really don't. And then Morrow popped in one of the Austin Melee threads to say, like, I said I was canceling the Longhorn Weekly last week because I had an exam, and he was all like, oh, well, just host it at Play Live. And I'm like, first of all, no. Second of all, no. Like, the venue wasn't the issue. It was me, like, not being able to be there, which would effectively kill the tournament, because last week, that week that I had to cancel it, the previous week, I had brought 100% of the setups, right? Completely. Like, there were 2 setups, I brought 2 of them, right? And then as well, no. Like, currently, no, like, $1 venue fee versus $3 venue fee. Like, just no. Oh, that was a boost. I missed the B press. What a joke. What an absolute joke. When did Walter get so good? I was just thinking about this, and like, he'd always beat me, but like, the last couple of times I've played him, I don't know if it's me just being, like, sort of out of it with that game, or if he, like, legitimately just got way better, but he was, like, absolutely destroying me. I'm like, whoa, right? Because before I'd be able to take some friendlies off of him, and, like, you know, we'd occasionally have some competitive games, but then he's gotten around to just, like, completely wrecking me the last couple times we've played. He just started being more serious. That would make some sense, I think. Somebody that I will say, like, someone who I don't think has gotten as good as fast, or at least I didn't notice as much improvement with, would be Talon. Like, I had, back when I sort of quit playing Smash 4 as much, well, first of all, at that same tournament I beat Nate and Wes, I got, like, Talon and I went to game 3, right? And, like, still when I play him, like, I'll get stocks off of him and stuff like that, and I don't feel like he's just utterly dominating me like he is with, like, or like Walter is. Because, like, Walter, I'm just like, look, like, I can't even do anything, but, like, Talon I at least, you know, have a chance against, I feel like. I mean, he'll still beat me, like, 9 times out of 10, I bet, but, yeah. Otherwise, I haven't gotten to play as much of the UT Smash 4 crew, so I'm sort of uninformed on that. Like, Nate, I didn't see him at either of the things I went to recently. And then, haven't seen Wes again either. Oh, I played Minus in a bit, like, in Jester Basement one time, and, I mean, he was giving me the hands, but I expect that, because he's, like, right on the cusp of top 10 for Smash 4. He even beat me in a Falco Ditto, which I was very distraught by. I'm like, nobody could just beat me in a Falco Ditto. Oh, that's good. Boost, 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 boost. Wow, that was terrible. That could have been an 18, probably. Oh, something you might not have known, Edgar. This is something super weird that I only learned about a couple months ago. If you had to guess, which club do you think is older on campus? The UT Smash Club or Longhorn Gaming? The answer will shock you. Assuming that I don't have it completely wrong. Neither? What's that supposed to mean? Like they started the same year? So I didn't catch that. Like, I couldn't find... I mean, so the UT Smash Club, Tesla is 2012? Alright then, UT Smash Club's been around since 2005. So, I just happened to be like, what? Because I looked through some of the older posts from, like, a while ago, and there were references to it existing like, there were posts from 2009 saying over the past 4 years and that type of thing. So, like, there's no official, like, creation date that I've seen, but, like, everything that I've seen points to it being around for around that long. And that was kind of surprising to me because a lot of people ask, like, at our events, like, oh, are you with TESPA, or do you do anything with TESPA? And I'm like, well, no, actually, we've been around longer by, like, 7 years, right? Also, a funny thing is that, like, until pretty recently, people used to send in emails asking to join the Smash Club. You know, instead of just showing up to tournaments and joining a Facebook group. Like, one of the guys in the scene, Brian, he started in, like, 2013 or 2014. And he sent an email, like, to Jose asking to join the Smash Club, right? Which is funny to me, you know. That's the thing that used to happen in GoldenEye as well, is that people used to just email, like, and you still have to do this for Mario Kart 64 if you want to join their leaderboards. You have to send in a, like, an email to the proof mod of the website, and then be like, here are my times, like, here's my name, here's, like, what I want to join the rankings, and stuff like that, and, right, like, you have to send an email to someone. And anymore, also in Mario Kart, you still have to send in emails to the proof mod saying, hey, I updated my time on this course to, you know, this whatever time you have, right? But on GoldenEye, it's all automated now. The funny thing, though, it wasn't until 2011, which is kind of later than I thought, right? I'm still shocked that Mario Kart 64 hasn't moved to some sort of automated system like the Elite. Like, with videos, because, like, I really like the way the Elite website is functioned, like, it functions. Because you have, like, the rankings, right, separated, with, like, clickable links for everything about, like, if you want to see Water Jansen's Bunker 117, the link to the video is, like, you click on Water's initials, and you see the video, right? And then you can also click on, like, another link on that page and see all of Water's times, which is really great. And then, you know, if you want to go to another one of Water's times, you can just click on one of those, right? And it shows you how many points people have, where they are in the point rankings, where they are in the time rankings. Like, everything is there. And then if you want to update times, like, you can submit them automatically, and then a proof mod, like, will look over them later, right? And make sure you're not cheating. Like, I am 100% down. The other thing, too, that I like is the cutoff for what times you have to, like, have verified, I guess. It's like, anything, the cutoff right now is anything 60 plus points. And then, otherwise, you know, post a video, like, if you feel like it, right? But then you might get proof called, and, you know, if you're Austin, Peru, and you post, like, you know, a whole bunch of 50-something point PRs, then it looks kind of suspicious. But I think it's just nice that, like, you don't have to, you can still be a ranked player, although not too great, without having capture equipment, and, like, that gives you enough time to sort of determine if it's for you, because it's hard to capture the N64 the same way it is newer consoles. Because newer consoles, like, there are so many good ways to capture them for very cheap. Oh! Did I miss something? Oh, if that was a 17, I was gonna lose it. Oh, dude, how'd I miss the camera? And then, I don't know. But yeah, like, newer consoles, if you have an Xbox or something like that, you can just record your gameplay that way, like, just on the Xbox, or you can stream live from your Xbox, like, to Twitch. And then, you know, if you have a PC game, you can just screen cap on your PC without any extra equipment actually required. And then what I don't like though as much is like games where they'll be like anytime posted at all requires video proof, because that's just really limiting if you want to actually like learn the game. I get it if it's like if somebody's posting a suspicious time, just proof call them, and if they can't meet it, delete their time. I don't think it's that hard. Like, I think the Odyssey, Super Mario Odyssey community was going through a big deal with this, about, like, people submitting obviously fake times. And I'm like, well, if they're obviously fake, just remove them. Like, and then wait until they can provide some proof. And that, like, my other problem with them is that they still accept, they require some sort of proof, but then accept webcam videos. Like, I think it's better if you just say, all right, we want either, like, we only want webcam or we only want direct capture, no webcam videos, and we only want it for significant times. That would do enough for me. Ooh, I made it. Oh, okay, I got a little assist, but I was slow. That's probably an 18. 19, okay. Because, to be honest, the other thing, too, is when you're sending in these webcam videos of, like, a 2-hour-long run, is a proof mod really going to sit down and watch that whole thing? And then attempt to tell if you're cheating? And I am willing to bet the answer is no. Like, be real here. What control style am I using? 1.2. So... anymore, what people will only use 1.2 for like a one controller style, and the reason for that is because when you're using 1.1 and you move with the control stick, it's an analog input. So instead of, you don't want to walk, you never want to walk, you want to always be going at full speed. So you can use the buttons. If you use the C buttons to move, you'll always be going at full speed. Although Goose is still one of the bigger people who still uses 1.1, at least sometimes. What you can do to help 1.1 and make it slightly better is that you can do what's called cruise controlling, and that's when you reset your controller, or like plug in your controller with the bottom part, or like so that your your N64 thinks that you're holding forward, even though it's in a neutral position. That's still not optimal. And then the other thing is, some levels you just can't cruise control. Like, if you want to cruise control on, like, anything other than Damn Agent, like, in terms of Damn, like, Damn Secret Agent, you have to stop to blow up the alarms. Like, stop and back up, which means you can't cruise control it. So you're holding the control stick forward the whole time. That's not good. There's a picture of Goose's thumb that's like absolutely destroyed after doing that. So yeah, can you get 17 without 2.x? Actually, yes. Wouter Jansen, when he originally got 17, got it with 1.1 on PAL, right, which is an even slower console, and with no quick pause at the beginning. So it's ridiculous that he was able to do that, but it shows that it is possible. The other thing is that on Bunker 1, 2.x control style isn't really any good, or at least on Bunker 1 Agent, and the reason why is because what 2.x gets you is a quicker start by saving you 0.3 seconds as you're already accelerating, but then on Bunker 1, you are pausing immediately, so you don't get to keep that momentum. You stop. And then the strafing is harder, so you're not going to have the perfect strafes that you need with that, like, with a 2.x control style. And then what you could do, and this is kind of silly, but you could do it, is right after that first pause, you use 2.x to get to the door, like, a frame quicker. and then you pause and switch to 1.1, or sorry, switch to 1.2. Except that takes up so much time for like a level that your completion rate is so low. That's the same deal with Frigate. You can do like a 2.x and then switch to 1.1, or sorry, switch to 1.2 for Frigate, except the completion rate is so low that it's just not worth it. Goose's thumb. Yeah, it is a gnarly picture, like, of his thumb just absolutely destroyed after playing 1.1 damn Secret Agent for a while. But other than 1.2 and 1.1, those are basically the most popular control styles. Only very old people at this point use 1.1. Oh, I'm going fast. I messed that one up bad. Nobody uses like 1.3 or 1.4 for very much. Ace, originally when he started, used some 1.3 way back in the day. And then 1.4 is good if you're trying to do an R lean, which is basically if you're playing Surface 2 and you're a keyboarder. If you play keyboard style, then apparently 1.4 is good for you on Surface 2. But I haven't played Surface 2, although I am a keyboarder. I haven't played Surface 2 really, so I don't really have much of an opinion. I actually really like playing keyboard. Like, it feels very natural to me because, like, I don't know why exactly. It's almost like the same thing with like an arcade stick. It's like you can lay your fingers out a bit, and then the N64 has these symmetrical buttons, like in that same pattern, and I like that feel. Plus, you have to do something so that you can hit both A and B and hold the C buttons. So you either have to like claw grip it, like with a weird thing like this, right? Or you can just keyboard it like that, right? And I think the keyboard is just way more comfortable. But the other thing is though, you can't do R leans, which, like, I guess if you don't know, an R lean is where you throw a mine really far, or anything really far, with this, like, by aiming and unaiming again. It's kind of complicated, but there isn't even like a double R lean that will send things super far, and that's really hard to do. Aw, man, I got back boosted. Oh, that's looking nice. All right, let's see if I can get some boosts. Oh my god, I'm totally failing these warps. That one wasn't gonna be it, but I am totally failing these warps on otherwise like 18 or 17 pitch runs. That was a weird bob. might get cornered. No corner except Slayer. It's still blocking me. Lame. I think I got the quick pause that time. There's zero reason for that dude to just be chilling out there. Like, why? Just why would you be standing there? Yeah. Reap. Yeah, well. That was weird, Bob. I don't know why I'm getting those weird quick pauses sometimes where I'm like, I'll look down and up again. Lame. Oh, so you had a top 50 time and a hat in time, and then there was a big skip. That is hilarious. I always love hearing about like this happens in the GoldenEye community fairly frequently. Is like you look back on these old records and then they just get totally destroyed. Like even though they were technical feats at the time, they get destroyed by like some newer strategy that just obliterates them. Like Sterling Neblet. Right, he was like the first champion of the Elite. He was really good at GoldenEye, and then a couple things like Look Down just totally destroyed, you know, like caused a lot of people to immediately improve his times. Or the Depot Warp, where it's like, all right, I have Depot 25 or Depot what 26, 25 as a world record, you know, and then suddenly. Wow, the new record is 23, and to do it, I have to get a ridiculous warp. Okay. Speedrunning is the most degenerate activity known to man. Troll. Alright, this one's okay, as long as this guy does not block me, which he does. Classic. All of these runs are just rip. Straight up. I'm just so close. I literally, like, I've thrown so many 17s that I'm, like, this close to getting. Wow, they really wanted to make sure I did not get through that door. Got back boosted 3 times. I'm just gonna drop that in the chat. That's all I gotta say. Yes, I am glad you agree, Edgar. Thank you very much. I hate Bunker 1 Agent. I imagine there are levels that I'm probably going to hate more in my GoldenEye career. Or if I play Perfect Dark, there are some more that I'll hate there. I will tell you, a level that I already hate in Perfect Dark and I've never even played it, Defection PA. Defection PA is one of the most boring levels to watch I have ever seen in my life. If you want to see the absolute worst in Perfect Dark, Defection PA. It is just so terrible. Like, I mean, in comparison to a lot of GoldenEye or even a lot of Perfect Dark, like, it's just so terrible. Like, I don't know, I kind of like some of the levels, like, you watch Attack Ship. I'm like, oh, Attack Ship's pretty cool. Like, you watch, like, Chuya's 206 in, like Attack Ship Agent. And I'm like, oh, this is a nice time. You know, I like watching this, right? I mean, except for the J-pop and horrible, horrible video quality, right? Like, the gameplay itself is pretty nice. Then you get Defection PA, which is literally just pause, 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 like, all the time. It's so ugly. Oh man, I missed that. I even got the quick pause. Ooh, this is looking good. I already got some boosts. What? That was whack. I got back for I went like back forward, right? Like right there. So weird. Without that back boost and with a better warp, that could have been 17. Oh well. I'm just out of here. We out here. Alright with that either. Yeah, well, I can do it. Oh no, got stuck on there. Sometimes I hold, like, switch strafes a little too early, just to get that extra boost, or, boost, just to, like, make it easier for when I do get that second boost. If you don't get it, you just end up running into the wall and looking really stupid. Not gonna be 17, obviously, but we'll give that a try. Oh, that's looking nice. Okay. This guy's not in my way anymore. Dude, come on. No. No. That's not how it's supposed to go. Okay, as long as this guy doesn't back boost me, he back boosted me and forward boosted me. I can't hit a warp. I can't hit a warp today. Haven't hit a single warp on a good run. Come on. Back at it. Yes, I am back at it. More of that hot GoldenEye action. Mr. Squid. Trying to get a world record. Already thrown it like 10 times. Like, I have thrown actual world record runs like 3 times today. It's very silly. I even just threw one right there. Like, because I went too far right and got stuck on that guard. Like, it's very silly. Very silly game. But I'm getting there. I'm gonna get a world record. I'm this close. As long as nobody posts a 16 to the rankings, right, before I get this, which hopefully, I mean, 16 is so far away, I highly doubt that. Yes, that is classic. Classic me. Yeah, throwing is my specialty. Like, I throw in basically every game I have ever played ever, where it's like, wow, there's no way he could lose this, and then I lose. Like, that's what I do. That's my life. I even do that in life, too. Like, actually, just life. It's like, wow, there's no way it could get any worse, and then it just gets worse, and it's all my own fault. Okay, they're out of my way. Come on, guards, get out of my way. Oh, are you serious? Back boosts? What are you doing, dude? So lame. Drop your exclamation point B1As in the chat up in here. You also don't like Bunker 1 Agent. Yeah. How's your life, swanky squid? What are you doing today? Being a degenerate? Like me? Or is there something else? Nope. 13. That's world record pace. Gotten tons and tons of those. Oh, it's just like, what have you been doing today? Just being a degenerate, or, you know, something else. Hopefully productive. Painting and watching World Cup. Well, that's pretty nice. Painting, actually, I don't think painting is like a degenerate activity. It can be a very degenerate thing to do. Right? Like, if you were like, man, all I did today was smoke pot, like, then I would say, okay, you know, that's probably degenerate. Or all I did today was bake pot brownies, right? But if you're like, you know, all I did today was light a fire, and all I did today was bake some regular brownies, like, right, okay, suddenly we're talking about generate activities here, not degenerate activities. Oh, you're painting Warhammer miniatures. Never mind, I take it all back. I thought you were painting, like, a nice scene of, like, you know, nature or something, and instead you're just painting miniatures. And you vaped 24/7. I take it all back. Never mind. That's pretty degenerate. I don't know how I feel about vaping. I mean, I hate smelling like people's strawberry shortcake vapes. And, ooh, you know what? I got a story for the stream, actually. I went to Austin City Limits a couple years ago with my friend, who's actually currently my roommate, and he brought one of his boys along, and we all went, and we're waiting to see some band. I forget, I think it was actually 21 Pilots. That was when they were pretty new, and it was 2 years ago. And we're with like his friend. He has a vape, right? It's like strawberry shortcake vape. And so, all right, so I'm smelling strawberry shortcake, like just out the wazoo, right? And then he notices this guy next to him also has a vape, right? So he's all like, he turns to him, he's like, dude, you want to see who can blow the bigger cloud? And then they have like a legit vape off right there to see who can blow the bigger cloud, right? And that's how I knew that, you know, you need to choose your friends carefully, right? Because, you know, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, right? As the saying goes. And if one of them was a serial vapist, right, I think that's kind of a problem. Got that do you actually vape? Do you actually vape, or are you just trolling? Like, please tell me you are trolling. I mean, unless you are not trolling, in which case I would like to know, you know, so I can know where to send, you know, the anime body pillow that you get for joining that club. Oh, fat clouds with your anchovy flavors. That is absolutely disgusting. Anchovy flavored vape. I don't think I would enjoy that very much. I don't think anyone would enjoy that very much. Reset? You dropping a reset? Like, I mean, I'm resetting literally like twice a minute. I mean, I guess I could do agent speedruns or something. I didn't use the wrong weapon. See, look, I'm resetting. But like, I could do gotta drop them twice a minute. I should reset my retroactive. Are you dropping those reset emotes every time? Hey, well, you can't reset your own life, but you can reset other people's lives. Actually, you can reset your own life. Never mind. Gotta set something else in between the resets. Oh, it won't let you just spam the same emote over and over again? Well, I think that's good because, I don't know. I could do a longer level, in which case I would be resetting significantly less, right? But this is the second shortest level in the game. And actually, this is one of the shorter levels across the board for both GoldenEye and Perfect Dark. Like, it's the record's 17 seconds, right? The only one in GoldenEye that's shorter is Archives Agent, which is 15 seconds. And then, but Perfect Dark has has Defection, which is really short. Like, the Defection Agent is a 5-second. Defection 5 is like the world record, right? And then the longest level in GoldenEye is Control. It's like 4 minutes. So, or around there, depending on difficulty. So, that's cool too. The only reason Control is so long is because you have to just literally wait for an objective in the middle of it. You can't do anything else. Like, Natalia just has to finish. You have to wait. Alright, this is looking good. I need some boosts. Die, you piece of junk. Jeez. You don't think you can do such a short level? Like, why? Is it the amount of attempts? Or just, like, I guess, what scares you away from doing such a short level? And, like, how short are we talking? Like, Defection 5, or Bunker 117, or, like, you know, Dam 53, you know, right? Which of those are we kind of talking about? To reset that much? Less than 30 seconds? I can sort of see that. Yeah, just that, like, you're doing so many short attempts. Yeah, like, that is something. Like, that a lot of these levels, they can get kind of grindy, because they're kind of short. But most levels aren't like that. Like, most GoldenEye and Perfect Dark levels are definitely at least 30 seconds. Like, I don't know. It just depends on the level. Oop, guard sneeze. Probably didn't hear that unless you have headphones on. It's kind of hard to hear because there was shooting, but guard sneeze. One of the things they can do in this game is like sneeze and reach their crotch and a couple other things. But yeah. It's also dependent on difficulty. If you do agent levels, those are generally shorter, but then other levels will be like in 00 agent will be longer. It's just the amount of things you have to do. Like, damn, agent is 53 seconds, but damn, 00 agent is 1 minute and 55 seconds. As world records, right? So what'll end up happening is, like, you actually won't. Like, you'll actually be playing 2 minutes, because nobody can touch, like, 155 as a damn record. Also, the video for that is very, very disgusting. If you haven't seen it, I very much recommend watching it. Alright, door's probably not going to be open when I get there. No, it's not. Here, I'm going to see if I can link that in the chat, because this is absolutely hilarious. Mark Rutsu Damn 00. Yep, here we go. Here we go. I'll link that in the chat. There we go. Yeah, definitely go watch that when you have a chance, because it is it is ugly. That's not even the worst one, I don't think. It's just how prominent it is makes it worse. Because that's literally a world record right there. The funny thing is, too, that Mark Rutsu recorded that in 2011. Like, that wasn't, you might go, oh, you know, it was back in the 90s. I can cut him some slack. No. 2011 right there. Like, that is 2011 peak GoldenEye play. And it took until like 2017 for anyone to tie it, which would be, you know, Ace, who also submitted a pretty bad proof video for Damn Secret Agent. Like, I don't get what it is with Damn and having terrible proof, but something about that level must be that, like, it just attracts people who just can't prove their times, like, well. I don't know, I love watching, like, really terrible proof videos and laughing at them. Like, a lot of Mark Rutsus that have, like, unwatchable audio that just, like, destroys your ears, and that terrible video quality. Chuya Takizawa, where it's, like, his Attack Ship Agent 206, that's also ridiculously terrible quality. Like, webcam videos. Like bad webcam videos. I like seeing all those. They're just hilarious to me. Back boost. That was so bad. Aight, peace out, Edgar. I'll catch you later. Might be down for some Smash, like, sometime. Depends on the day. So, I'll definitely at you. I might be able to make it if that guy just moves. And he didn't. Classic. So my research is actually going pretty well. I'd say, like, I basically work like 9 to 5, right? I show up and, like, so what my usually day goes like is I'll show up in the morning, I'll submit a whole bunch of my jobs, like my calculations to be run on the computer, right? And then wait for them to kick in later. And then in the meantime, while those are running, I'll work on, like, automating parts of our database or building parts of our database, looking at data and making sure it's correct, or the calculations I've checked I did yesterday are going well, right? That type of stuff. And I have a great time, honestly. It's been going really well. I get along with everyone. I think we're making progress. And yeah, I'm definitely glad to be doing that this summer. So I'm very happy with it. Really, like, I don't know what else I'd be doing in my summer except, you know, do degenerate activities all day. So the other thing too is, like, it gets me out of the house and you know, doing productive things. So I have to appreciate it, really. Everyone in my lab's cool. There's some high schoolers. They just finished this week, and the high schoolers were all cool. They always were talking about, like, Fortnite and whatnot, and I'm like, can't relate. I instead play very old video games and try and be really good at them. So, you know, definitely cannot relate there. Not key analyzer. Yeah, well. No. Thank you. Thank you, Uclu. What do you not like? What do you not like about GoldenEye? GoldenEye's super cool. I know who it is. I knew who it was from when I would go and troll your streams, and he would, you know, issue punishments for me, obviously trolling. There's an art to trolling, and just going in and calling things gay isn't really the kind of art form that, like, trolling really should be. Okay, like, there is really an element to it that's missing whenever you're doing that. Oh man, I missed the B press with that. Nerf this. Yeah, nerf these guards, to be honest. Like, just straight up, like, they're just always in my way. AI, too powerful. Actually, though, the AI in this game is not very good, so they will very often do stupid things that you really have to then deal with. The AI in Perfect Dark is way better. No, Cole told you to. I imagined that was the case. Hey, that said, you are watching the stream, so I'm good. I'm trying to make it to affiliate, so if you're watching the stream, you are helping. I mean, the only thing, though, that I actually need to do, like, to get it at this point is just keep my followers, or keep my number of viewers up, right, which I am doing at the moment. And then as well, yeah, meet my follower count, which, I mean, thank you, Uclu, for adding to that. Appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, so, would be cool. Not like I expect to make a boatload of money or something from Twitch, because it's mostly me just streaming what I would be playing anyway. Because, like, I mean, I would be playing GoldenEye offline, and that's what I've been doing. Because most of the year, I have potato internet, so it's especially nice just to be able to talk to people as I'm playing this, like, fairly boring level sometimes. So thank you, the BK Swagmeyer, to follow as well. But like but yeah, sometimes some of these levels can get kind of boring to play by yourself, and so people like turn on music or something, but I like talking to my chat, you know, good to hang out with some of my bros from various communities, because, you know, I got some of my friends from high school, like Squiddy Dude, and then some of the Elite community people, you know, that find my stream through that, and then some Smash people, you know, that I share my stream with as well, and that's a good time. It's a good time just hanging out. Goldfinger 64. Actually, yes. I really want to play it, except for the fact that I don't have an EverDrive. So, you know, that's kind of limiting. But see, it's hilarious to me. Like, I watched some of, I think Dusky was playing a bit of it. I saw his YouTube, and, like, the music has changed and everything, and that's really cool. It actually looks like GoldenEye, except it's like Goldfinger, and I thought that was pretty cool. I just really liked, it was hilarious to me just hearing the music, because the music actually, like, it's made with, like, all the GoldenEye MIDI stuff, right? I mean, I think it is at least. So it sounded like it was actually a rare developed Goldfinger 64 game. Oh man, I missed that D-plus again. Why do I keep looking at my watch? It's a great question. Well, I mean, so the thing in GoldenEye, of course, first of all, that is the pause screen, but pausing in this game, like, I can leave it here, and it doesn't count towards the in-game timer, which is how we decide this for speedruns. So I could literally just be flipping through things like this, and it doesn't really affect my time. But, you know, then you have to use it to pull out most, like, items that aren't weapons. You can also use it to switch weapons, or you can also just do that by cycling through, like, with A, and that's faster. In Perfect Dark, you pause to pick out weapons. The other thing that can happen, though, is when you're looking at your watch like that, you can like get boosted, which is when one of those guards will hit you, and what that'll do is it'll launch you a direction, and hopefully they launch you like towards the end of the level, right? Otherwise, if you're moving and you're not paused, a boost saves you 0.3 seconds. Like, if you're going full speed already, and it will lose you 0.3 seconds if you get hit in the front, and it boosts you back. It's called a back boost. So, definitely some cool stuff. A lot of levels, like, what they end up coming down to is, like, do you get boosts in the right place or not? And then how do you deal with them? Because you get a whole bunch of... Why Goose is MIA? I mean, he's around. He's always... Oop, guard sneeze. Caught that one. But he's around. He's still posting videos on YouTube. He's still active in all the elite chats. And then he does speed lore every once in a while. But I think, and I'm not 100% on this, you would have to ask him, but I remember him talking about the new, like, Twitch community policies he's kind of worried about, because he says some things that I think aren't very popular with Twitch staff and Twitch administration on other platforms, right? So he's worried, like, you know, he's saying some offensive things that might harm his Twitch brand exactly, or that he says some offensive things on his Twitch that they might just ban him. That'd be really bad, because, you know, he gets a fair amount of money from there, I think. And, like, Speed Lores especially. Everyone subs to him there whenever Speed Lore comes on. I know that's the thing. He used to. I wasn't really around to watch Goose when he would stream every night. But the other thing that I think is a reason for Goose not streaming as much is that he's sort of taken a back seat on playing the game and instead is focusing on content creation for the community, being that historian, that type of thing. Like, he was posting about this in Elite Discord a while back, which was like, he's like, I don't think I'm ever going to get much better than I am. I don't really think I'm capable of these top-tier records. And so, maybe my position is best as a figurehead in the community, someone who does speed, who makes the videos, that type of thing. And yeah, it is kind of sad, like, that, because it would be cool to see Goose in top form again. But, if he wants to do that, somebody needs to make those good videos and whatnot as well. And they are good. Like, I am always very, very pleasantly surprised whenever I see one of his videos pop up on YouTube. Like, I really liked, like, the Chuya video, or the video about Matthias Rustemeyer. Right, those are both really nice. General speedrun news and whatnot, and like the sort of science that goes in behind, like, are certain times possible. I like that too. It's all what you want to get out of it, Boosted. Back boosted out of here. Haven't grinded on the pole in a while, so I guess that's an improvement, isn't it? Okay, that was bad. Yeah, I know. Goose's stream, I think, is, how a lot of people, stumbled upon the community. It's just that the way that, speedrunning took off, like, when Twitch became a thing, it's just sort of, I don't think we'll ever see that again, to be honest, where it's just like, wow, anyone can stream themselves playing all this gameplay, and, like, just the medium, I guess, and, like, that, since it was, like, very fresh, anyone could make it big, and that's sort of what Goose happened, or, like, what happened to Goose, right? And it really launched that side of his career, instead of just being a player. To be honest, I will say, I don't think the stream game for a lot of the community is very good. This isn't meant to be a roast on anyone, so I won't, like, name any names other than who I think's good. But I think Carl's stream is good, Goose's streams, like, when he does them, are good. But then, like, and then, a couple other people's streams, I think, can be pretty good quality a lot, but, like, some of them, it's just, like, a webcam. Okay, this is kind of specific, but I just think it's funny. Webcam pointed at the screen, right? Or your guy doesn't have a mic or a webcam, or the webcam, like, looks really weird for some reason, or like the audio's really bad, or there's just a lot of things that kind of can go wrong. You got banned from Carl's chat. What did you say? What did you say to get banned? okay, if it was something racist or offensive or whatever like that, don't post it in here. But like, what did you do? Did you say something like, "I think GoldenEye is dumb," and banned you? Because you know, I don't know why like he would have banned you. I guess. You asked if he was albino. I'm sorry, that's actually really funny. I feel bad that you got banned from Carl's chat, but... I mean, that's... It's a fairly innocuous question, to be honest. Like, I can see why some people might not want to be asked that, right? You know, maybe isn't he sensitive? Or what if he was and was kind of sensitive about it, you know? Then whatever, right? But, I just think it's kind of funny, I guess. Oh, come on, that was a good one. Oh, he actually is albino? I didn't know that, okay. If he is. Well, in that case, maybe he is just sensitive about it. You know, no reason to be going crazy with that. Door isn't even open. What? Terrible. Why am I missing so many of those? That's actually, though, I'd say if you're gonna get banned, I guess that's one of the better reasons for you to get banned from like Carl's chat versus like, you know, if you're just going in and posting very offensive things, you know, that's less cool, right? Like the best like trolling or like getting banned to me is posting things like that where it's like sort of it's more like tailored to the person and individual and like serious, I guess, or maybe not serious as in like severity of the insult, but like there's more to it than just going in and posting, you know, racial slurs, because that's pretty base in terms of like the true like intellectual nature of the trolling. damn PRs? I'm guessing, like, wait, what are you talking about? Like, do I have any damn PRs? Because that's the only thing I have at the moment. Oh, that's looking nice. 3 boosts. Terrible. I just threw that. I literally just threw that. That was so ugly. 19 too. Like with the correct warp, that could have been it. I got like 3 boosts in the hallway. Wow, I got boosted out of the way. That was off the chain. Really wide. Weird flub. I didn't need to turn like that. I don't know what I was doing. Well, I guess I just got a notification. Yeah, I have a pretty whack. Okay, I guess I'm getting a lot of notifications. I have a pretty whack setup in terms of getting sounds to come to my stream. Wow, I just closed it for myself. Which I have to, what I do is I have a Dazzle like DVC 100, right? Which I got from Druzy, thank you. Drew's not in chat, but I did borrow that from him, right? And because my capture card that I actually have and use for playing offline or for taking to Smash tournaments is a Hauppauge rocket that doesn't really work for streaming. So, like, I use that for local recording with my runs. Like, I'm using that as a backup now for the RAW. And then I use my DVC 100 through Amarek. And then I have to take the sound from Amarek in the video from OBS, right? And it'll work. So it ends up, it's fine, like as far as setup goes, except for the fact that I have to like funnel my system audio through like this. So if I have like Discord up, not as good. So what's an EverDrive? Oh yeah, so it's like a flash card for Nintendo 64. You can put any like game you want on it, and it will run it, right? Like on the original hardware. So, like, say I wanted to play, you know, Goldfinger 64 on my Nintendo 64, then I could do that, right? It's really similar to the original hardware, right? Only took Birdie 100 hours to get this. Man, everyone's trolling Birdie all the time. Feel bad for them, man. Oh, I had a good laugh when I saw one of those troll images that was Matthew Burden, and it showed him having 6,000 points on the rankings. It was hilarious to me. Yeah, I feel like it could have taken me 100 hours at this point. I have not been keeping rigorous track. I did not think it would take as long as it has so far. I'll probably put 50 to 75 hours in at this point. If I had to take a rough guess. Probably 50, to be honest, like towards that end somewhere. But, you know, if a god of the game, such as Birdie, somebody just absolutely ridiculous, you know, took him 100 hours, then I can definitely, like, be happy if I do it in less than that. Nope. Very likely don't keep track. It's hard not to, I guess, right? You know, I have been keeping track, like, as in, man, I have choked this number of 17 runs by missing a warp at the end or something like that, right? just don't tell anyone. Yeah, fair. You know, I could just do that. I feel almost like there's that story of Jimbo being completely unable to get Damn 53 for a really long time. And I'm just like, you know, I feel like that's me right now. I start to feel Jimbo's pain about, like, not being able to get it. And I'm just like, look, I have gotten so close so many times, you know, but then never been able to do it. Any other world records? I don't have any other world records. I want some. I want this one first. The only points I have on the ranks at the moment is like Damn 53, which a year ago would have been a world record, but is not anymore. I mean, it's like Carl has the world record, yes, but it is still like that boring 4 time that's, you know, for most people, basically as much as they can hope for in terms of a world record. Oh man, they really want to get me out of here. Mega back boosted. Oh man, I messed someone up. Runway 22 with 2.x. That's the other thing I've heard, and that's, to be honest, what I should have gone for first before trying this. But what happened to me was I'm like, all right, well, I got my Damn 53. Okay, that's great. But, you know, can I tell people, like, that I have a world record in this game? The answer is no. So, you know, my idea is like, all right, well, let me go for, you know, as opposed to archives, right, I could have gone for. I'm like, all right, let me choose like something where I can get a world record time. Right. And the one with the most ties is Barker 117. So I'm like, all right, well, guess I'll go for that, right? And that was a mistake, to be honest. But I'm so close. Oh, I might make it through on this one. Nah, never mind. Ah. So close, and I don't know if I'll want to do Runway 22 next. I might do like a Depot Agent 26 or Streets Agent 114. Those might be my next two, and just now that once I have like a world record, then I can get some easy points and then maybe try something a little bit more grindy. Or not easy points, those aren't easy, but like not as grindy as this. I've heard some bad things about like Runway 22 as well. About in terms of like how grindy it is and how like you'll spend all this time and it's just kind of boring or frustrating. I might be able to make this work. No, never mind. Got cornered. I don't know what just happened. These guys don't back boost me. Yeah. That was like a pretty nice. Until they all back boost me. Had I gotten a forward boost through there, would have been really good. Because then they would all just be shooting right at me and give me more boosts. See if this is gonna be open. Wow, okay. Alright, that was looking nice. Probably an 18. 19. Alright, a little slow. Left strafe Carl strat. You mean from the table to the door? Talking about that? I've seen that, and so I watched Lotus has the tutorial on and he's like, just don't do a strafe change at the table, right? And I'm just like, But then the two 16s, or like 16 paces that I've seen would be Randy Buikima, and he got one doing that same left strafe from the table. And then Carl, where he got that one that was going to be a 16 to like guard blocked him. I could try that. Yeah, no. Got stuck on that box, but I mean, I could do that. I am kind of desperate at this point. I was just sort of sticking to my guns because tons of people get back at table 17s. So I was like, oh, well, you know, back to table 17 could happen to me as well, you know, like whatever. But at this point, I might just attempt that. Oh, see, that time I just got boosted behind the table anyway. So I was like, so then I was tried to adapt and it didn't work out. Ah, no. I don't know why, though, that left strafe would be better, because you do have to do a strafe change, and that's going to lose you time. Someone else got it? Yeah. I don't see why that's any better than, like, rotating your control stick. You know what I mean? Like, maybe there is a reason for that, but, like, or maybe it's a consistency thing, I'm not really sure, but, like, I mean, changing strafe should basically always be slower than just, like, moving your control stick, right? I mean, so I mean, if it's the right strategy, or, like, if it seems to work out, then I'm like, alright, you know, I'll do that, but I don't really get it. The pickup has to be super clean. Yeah, okay, that would make sense too. It's, you know, if you have a slow stick movement or whatever, then the left strafe might just be more consistently faster, even if not peak faster. No, if 16 happens, I don't think it's going to be untied. I think it's going to be untied for a very, very long time. Like, not only because, like, it's a ridiculous record, which it is, but because it's so unfun to play for. Like, I don't think that, like, if somebody were to get a 16, I don't think there'd be anyone out there who's like, I really want to play to tie this, right? Like, there's some people who are talking about attempting to tie 52, like Dan 52, and that's one thing, right? Because, like, the information is all out there, and it's a consistent-ish level. It's just like the only random element you're waiting on is the 3 boosts, right? Like having a 3 boost run and executing. This time, there are so many other things to worry about, and then it's like I just can't see anyone who like has a 17 just going like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go for 16. Like, I just don't see that happening, to be honest. But, you know, hey, I could eat crow this time, you know, next year as somebody has 16 and then everyone's racing to tie it, I guess. I think I missed it. The more I play for 17, the more I realize like how just ridiculous 16 is. Also, how ridiculous Wouter was for originally getting 17. On 1.1 on PAL with no quick pause. Like, this, what a nut. What an absolute nut. Okay, I got a little stuck, so it's gonna be a 19. 18, alright, well, that stuck cost me 17. I'm getting close. Maybe a couple more, and then I might cut the stream for today. Been going like 2 hours, 20 minutes at this point for today. And over the past 2 days, I've gotten like 4 hours of playtime in for this level. No, I actually think I'm just going to go ahead and do that. So, thanks for tuning in, everyone. Thanks to everyone who followed me this stream and everyone who participated in chat. I'll catch y'all hopefully tomorrow with either more of this or maybe some other game for fun. So, peace out, people.